about 4.5–5 hours from Fort Hood and worth going under these conditions. We made it! Here we are! We have made it. Riley is under the seat somewhere. We've been driving for about 5 hours and we have finally made it. It is overcast and windy, as I've heard it always is. So I'm probably going to be sleeping in the car tonight. I'll probably just lay out the mattress and sleep that way instead of setting up the tent in this wind. I don't know if that's going to be the best solution, but we'll see. If I get really bored, maybe I'll set it up. But so far, so good. We've played Let It Go or Frozen once, and we've been listening to her Circle Time playlist on Spotify for the last like 2 hours. So, but it's keeping her happy, which is keeping me happy. And another fun fact is we just went over 100,000 miles in the Nissan Rogue. So far, so good. We just had her tuned up. She's looking good. A little nervous driving on the sand because I've never done that before, and I am by myself. But I have traction boards. I have a 4-wheel drive vehicle. I'm not too worried about it. Regardless, we're going to have a good time. See you soon. So while we were there, the park was under a jellyfish warning. This is a Portuguese man-o'-war, which is not technically a jellyfish. It's technically a colony of different organisms, but it stings like a jellyfish and it functions very similarly. It can be quite dangerous and it has been known to kill humans. So we were very careful as we were exploring, and we didn't get in the water much because Emma Grace didn't really care for it. And we just wanted to be very safe. A rough night last night. Someone didn't want to sleep. Didn't you? You were too excited. Because we're camping and we're having fun, I had envisioned us like roasting hot dogs over the fire, eating cookies. I don't think she has the patience for marshmallows yet. So she ended up eating the hot dog cold, which is totally fine. And then we ate a lot of cookies, and I think that was the problem. There was too much sugar from the cookies. So she had a hard time settling in, and then woke up multiple times throughout the night, and then slept through sunrise, which is like the main thing I wanted to do. But you're so darn cute. I mean, look at you. So cute. Padre Island National Seashore. About 4.5, 5 hours from Fort Hood, and worth going under these conditions. Number 1, you are not solo camping with a toddler. That's just not something I'm going to recommend. You're, of course, free to try it. It was not a super fun experience because when we went, it was so windy. The sand, like we ate sand in all of our meals. It was in the tent. It was in our eyes and our hair. Like the sand just was whipping around incessantly. So it was kind of a lot to deal with that, plus the toddler's needs, plus just like the regular needs of camping, like being able to cook and set things up and tear things down. Like that, it would have been very helpful to have my husband there to like either set things up or watch her, because it's super fun if you have one person for each job. So that's my first recommendation. Don't try to do this solo. My second recommendation is if you have a hard-sided camping solution. So if you're camping in a tent, I'm going to recommend maybe don't camp directly on the beach. If it's not very windy, then please, by all means, go ahead. But when we camped, the wind kind of like would like ride the slope of the tent up, and then the sand would fall in the ventilation on top of the tent. So it was just such a pain to try to fight the wind to set the tent up, and then to do all that work only to like be showered in sand was really not very fun at all. So if you have a place where you can like cook and maybe wash your hands, somewhere you can sleep where you're not constantly being assaulted by wind and sand, then by all means, please enjoy Padre Island National Seashore. Another way I would recommend is if you just visit as like a day trip, and just stay somewhere in between. So the second day we drove up to San Antonio. So we like camped the night before and then just drove up like 2.5 hours to San Antonio. So if you wanted to make a 4-day out of it, like drive down Thursday night and stay somewhere in San Antonio, wake up Friday morning and take your kids out, do something in San Antonio, and then Saturday just pop down to Padre Island National Seashore for like the day, and then come back. That would be another fantastic way to see everything that's out there. There are so many birds that are just absolutely beautiful. The sea is always washing up new creatures. Their Instagram account is really good, and it's a fun way to kind of see what's happening in the area. In the summertime, they have like turtle hatching excursions or events where you like go and you watch with like certified professionals to you watch the little sea turtles hatch and like crawl to the ocean, which is adorable. We never got to do that because they weren't having them due to COVID, but if we were staying any longer, we absolutely would have done that. So, I mean, it's a beautiful place to go. It is a really unique experience to drive directly on the beach and to camp directly on the beach. So if you're unafraid of all of the potential risks, then by all means go for it. But I don't recommend doing it alone with a toddler. If my kid was older, maybe we would have had more fun. If my husband was there, I know we would have had more fun. I would go back, but under those conditions. Like I would prefer a hard-sided or maybe a rooftop tent. We've got a rooftop tent. Now we're going to install it actually this weekend, which I'm hoping to show you guys later. But I would recommend staying off the ground or in a hard-sided camper of some sort. I saw like buses, vans, campers, like people were being really creative with how they were camping out there, but you definitely want something hard-sided that you don't have to worry about setting up.